Well, good morning, everybody. Lauren here, and we're back for another little adventure. As you may remember, we've been here a couple of times before, but we are once again stopped here at Hole in the Ground. So the way this worked was I got a hold of my unnamed friend from Idaho, and I said, hey, I'm going to go through Oregon for a couple of days, maybe find a spot. So we did some exploring yesterday. And to be honest with you, I didn't really feel like doing any recording just then. I just wasn't quite in the mood yet. I wanted to do some exploring. I did take a little bit of footage where we got bogged down in some snow, but other than that, I haven't really been taking that much. So that's that little ramble. So anyway, he agreed to meet me, and so here we are at Hole in the Ground, Oregon. We just spent the night here. So our campsite is over there, and it was cold. I think we got up this morning, it was about 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and sorry if I keep looking down. I'm standing on this rock just because. So it was a cold one this morning, and we're a little slow getting moving. Got some coffee in our guts, a little bit of breakfast, and we're going to be on our way. So I hope you guys decide to come along on this little trip with us. We'll probably be out about 3 or 4 days, give or take, and looking forward to exploring around. This was going to be the last little bit of snow to blow through just to get to a place to camp right there. Unfortunately, this drift was a little too deep. So now
somebody's going to see this online. Who's going to say back to something.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I have to thank the unnamed Idaho friend for bailing me out. I suppose I'll have to say thank you. I mean that sincerely.
5 seconds after I tell you, don't get overconfident. I'm going to vote this one. Well, you know, and I spent $842,000 on all this stuff, and I've never used it.
Well,
so.
that's the only reason I did that, is so you could have fun with your gear.
Well, yeah.
All right, you want to just camp right here?
Sure.
I like it. There's a rustle of the creek. Hey guys, so we're here in the Ochoco National Forest, not too far out of Prineville, Oregon. We're a few miles out of Prineville, and this is a great little spot to be. A little bit, as I showed you earlier, is a little bit of a challenge getting in here. I got stuck in kind of a little bit deeper drift than I thought it was going to be. But thanks to my unnamed Idaho friend, it was a piece of cake getting that, getting my rig out of the snow. Plus, I think he just wanted an excuse to use his rescue gear and then rub my nose in it. And he's still doing that and telling everybody he knows. I don't know. So it's gotten pretty cold. We ended up not having a fire tonight. I think conditions are pretty dry, which is kind of odd considering how much snow is on the ground. But everything else seems pretty dry where the snow is gone. So no fire. And it's going to be kind of an early bedtime anyway, because us old guys, if we don't get enough sleep the night before, then it's early bedtime. So we had a pretty cool night. I did some drone ops, tried some things out on the drone that I haven't tried before. Trying the follow me mode, and it kind of works, but I think it got confused because I'm wearing this dingy old gray sweatshirt, and earlier I had on a different kind of a hat that wasn't very colorful. So yeah, I might try some other things later. So this is our campsite, just basically the end of the road because the snow won't let us go any farther. So we're just stopped here in the road. We're camping in the road. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna go sit in my living room and read my book because thankfully we have no cell coverage out here. Hey, so one of the things that have been asked before is to give you guys a tour of the Campmobile, which I will do. I promise I will get to it one of these days, because I think it's going to take a full day or two to kind of get things set up and then do the camera work to get all this included without making a big, long, boring, yakety video, kind of like maybe this one's turning out to be. So I'll give you a quick tour of my just the living room area. This is basically just where I sit and read a book or watch a video or something in the evening before I actually crawl into my bed and go to sleep. So basically all it is it's the back seat. I power the driver's seat forward so that I got extra leg room here, and I just sit down in here and I can read my book. This was a seat cover I got, and I'm sorry to say I don't remember exactly where I got it. If I can find a link, I will put it in the description below. All I remember is that it's got a cryptic pattern on the seat cover itself, but it comes with these little molly straps on the back. So I've got all kinds of little pouches in here. I got my hand warmers and my foot warmers. I got some stuff for sleeping in here. Cleaning wipes and things like that. A little radio, little Pilly Willy bottle there. This is where I can put things in at night if I want to just stash some things at night. This little pouch up here, got a little 12-volt fan. So you can see that, just a 12-volt fan that I can clip onto to here, or I can hang it up here, and it just keeps a little air moving sometimes if I need it. Right now I've got this Milwaukee work light. I'm just trying it out. I'm not going to carry that with me all the time, but it's nice to have the extra bright light for reading. Keep this little clock, so you can see that turns blue at night, so you can see it at night. I know that might seem kind of frivolous, but I'm just one of those people, when I wake up in the night, I like to know what time it is, and then I can go right back to sleep. And this is my bunk here. I'll crawl up into that later. I've got an electric blanket of sorts, and sometimes I run that. Okay, so the electric blanket runs off 110. It's a terribly inefficient way to do things, but I'm just kind of experimenting with stuff right now. I got some charge ports here. That's where I plug in the fan when I want to run the fan. Got some fuses here that runs. There's a battery bank behind here. I'll get into this in more detail in a future video when I do the tour. But I can remote start my power inverter. So if I can go from 12 volt to 110 using that little doodad right there. And this is a little control panel, partly in the shadow, but a little control panel that runs my battery charger for the extra battery that I have, bank that I have back there. So I'll go into further detail in the future, but I just thought maybe you guys would like to have a quick preview of my living room slash bedroom. Well, another little outing draws to a close, and a great outing it was. And even though the weather was cold, but too dry for a fire, it was the experience that was important to have. It's not always about comfort and convenience, but I'll admit it helps, but rather the encounter with the outdoors that makes the journey. Thank you for joining me on my little journeys, and I'll see you again soon on the back roads.